Welcome to ASDG classes, and in today's class what we will going to do is to practice a very important practical type of question which is important for the beginners and very important from exam point of view. Okay, and what this question is asking for, this particular question it will give you number of days as input and you need to convert that number of days to years, months, weeks and remaining days. So what is special in this particular question? We can ask it why I have opted this particular question for today's video. The reason behind it is that this particular question will involve the use of different types of arithmetic operator, and yes, there are certain approaches being involved in this particular question, and for that I have opted this, and it's a good one for the beginners in order to shift from the beginners to intermediate level. That's why I'm of this particular question. So without wasting any time, let's move to the question, the solving part of this question. Okay, so after first what will I do? I will simply discuss the logic, the thought, the approach which I will follow in order to solve this particular question, and after discussing it I will write the code on my laptop from scratch to show you the way of writing it. The way of writing is not very complicated. Why? Because if you know the logic, if you have the idea, if you have the approach, then definitely you can do whatever you want. And this is the foremost thing in order to solve any of the question. So the approach, the logic, everything will be discussed theoretically. And after discussing it theoretically, I will move to the practical portion of it, which will hardly take 5 to 6 minutes. Simply I will be writing the code. But the important part, the major part, you can say the game-changing portion will be discussed right now. And guys, it's my request to you, whatever be the question you will be doing in future, first try to find the logic for it. And the way I will be doing today, follow that particular way only. You will be able to solve any of the question, because by doing lots and lots of practice, you will get an idea, an intuition of solving any type of question. So let's start. So let's start it by step. So the number of days which is being given as input, let us consider as 1024. Okay, so suppose 1024 is our input, and I need to convert this 1024 to years, then after find the months, then weeks and the remaining days. So let's approach step by step. Let's find the number of years. Okay, guys, in order to solve this question, I will be taking two assumptions. The first one is one that in a year we have 365 days. Yes, if it's a leap year, 366. But for simplicity, I'm considering it as 365 days. First assumption done. Second assumption is that in a month we have 30 days, not considering it as 31 days. Why? Again, for the sake of simplicity, for the calculation purpose and nothing else. So let's find the year. So 1024. So for 1024, for finding the years from 1024, I will simply divide it by 365. So let's divide. So 365, 1024, and if I multiply it by 2, I will be getting 730. So 4, this is 9, 12, so 9 and 2. Fine. So this 2 is what? This 2 is the year. This one is the year. Okay, 2 years. And what is this 294? Is the remaining days from 1024. Okay, now it's very simple that in order to find the year, what will I do? I will simply divide 1024 by 365. And how will I write that particular expression? I will simply write it by 1024 divide 365. Okay, fine. But now the game changing point, important point is involved. If I write this particular expression, it will not give me the output as 2. Why? Because we have discussed this particular property that division operator always gives its output as floating point number. Okay, it will consider the quotient as floating point number. So the output will be something 2 point something. What is that something point? I am not considering it right now. But my main concern is that this particular expression will not give me the output as 2. It will give me the output as 2 point something, and here cannot be 2 point something. We are considering the integer part. So now that's why I was telling you now that this particular question is an important one. Why? Because 1024 divide 365 will not give me the output as 2. So in order to find in order to get that integer part, how can I write this particular expression? Two ways are there. Okay, so two ways are there. The first one is to use the floor division operator. Okay, 1024 floor division 365. So this particular expression will give me the output as 2. So we have also discussed this floor division operator. If you haven't watched my video for the floor division operator, you can access my playlist and have a look to that floor division operator. I have discussed it in a detailed manner. Okay, so fine. This is one approach. What is our second approach? Is to do the explicit typecasting. What? Explicit typecasting. I can simply write int 1024 divide 365. So what it will do? Explicit typecasting is something like, I want my output as this. So I am explicitly changing its original way of display to my own way of display. Okay. So what it will do, the int function will simply truncate that decimal portion, and it will also give the output as 2. So two ways are there. Choice is yours. Whichever you want, you can use it. Okay. Clear? So we have got our year from 1024. It's 2. And what's our remaining days? 294. So our next operation will be done from 294 days. Okay. So fine. So from 294, what we're going to find is the month. Okay. So 294 was our remaining days. Now, how will I get this 294 from 1024? This is the question. What I want is that 1024 365 to 730. Okay, so I need to find this 1024. I've told that 1024 is our remaining days from 1024. 294 is our remaining days from 1024. But I need to find this 294 now. So how will I get this? So what is this part? This part is our remainder. Clear? So which operator helps us to find the remainder? And it's the, guys, yes, you are correct. And it's the modulus operator. Guys, you are actually correct. You are 100% correct, guys. It's the modulus operator. Okay. And modulus operator is represented by percentage sign. So in order to find this 1024, how will I write? I will simply write 124 modulus 365. Okay, and this will give you 294 as the output. So why I record this particular expression? Because I need to find the number of months from 1024. So for that particular calculation, 294 is our requirement. And in order to find the 294, you will require this modulus operator. I hope this much is clear to you. So now we have found our number of years, the remaining days. Now let's find the month part. So in order to 294, in order to find the month, and what will I do? I will simply divide it by 30, and this was our second assumption. Okay, so if I divide it by 30, so 30, I think 9, yes, 39 it's 274 2. Okay, so we have got our month. So it's 9 months, and what's our remaining days? It's 24. Okay, so remaining days is 24. So 9 is our month. So we have got years and months. So 2 years, 9 months. Now we need to find the weeks and the remaining days. So guys, in order to find this 9, two approach. First one is to write 294 floor division 30 will give you 9, or you can write int 294 divide 30. This will also give you the output as 9. Choice is yours. Whichever you feel is suitable for you, you can go for it. And yes, I will also show you this particular thing while doing my practicals. Okay, clear? Fine. Now, and yes, in order to find this 24, what we will do, we will simply write 294 modulus 30, and this will give you 24. Simple, 100% simple. Fine. Now we have got the years, the month. Now it's time for the week. So what was our last remaining day? It's 24. So let's in order to find the week, so a week consists of 7 days. So let's divide it by 7. So 7 3 is 21 and it's 3. So the it's weeks, and this is our remaining days, and the final output remaining days. Guys, please don't consider my spelling mistake. Please ignore my spelling mistake. So it's remaining. Okay, fine. Let me write it. Remaining. Okay. Fine. Okay. So remaining days done. So the output is clear to you. I think it's 2 years, 9 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. So the point is how I have found this particular answer. The techniques, the expression, flow division operator or the explicit one, and this third one is the modulus operator, and the game is finished. The whole game lies on what? It's the modulus and the flow division operator. And if you want the explicit one, so in function and the modulus operator. That's all. Is this question a very difficult one? No, it's not at all. But yes, while writing the code, I would use different types of variable names. But that won't be a problem, you know. The first and the foremost thing is to know the logic. The logic is the fundamental part. Okay, if the logic is if your logic is clear, if your visualizations are clear, then definitely you can solve any of the question. And this is a very, you can say, tricky, not a tricky one, but an important one for the beginners. So I hope you have got my my concept clear to you. And yes, now it's time to move to our practical, means to show you the code from scratch. But yes, just I want to tell you that in upcoming videos also we will try to practice lots and lots of questions now, and we will also practice output types of questions, the questions which usually come in exams. Okay, so let's move, okay, without wasting time. So guys, let's start our practical portion. So let's create a variable name as days input. Okay, so days input, and let's take it as int input and enter a message. Enter the number of days. Okay, fine. So days input, suppose the days input is 1024. Okay, now I need to find the year. So year is equals to, let's create a variable name as year. So for finding the year, what I have did is either I've used the int explicit typecasting or the float division operator. So let's do the float division operator. So days input, so considering days input as 1024, float division 365. So this will give you what? As to this particular expression. Now I need to find that remainder portion. I hope you remembered it. So in order to find the remaining days, so remaining days as so modulus operator will help me in order to find that. So days input modulus operator 365. Now the second operation is to find the month. So let me create months. Month is equals to, so the operation will be done on what? Remaining days. So remaining days float division by 30. So from here, from this particular expression, I can find my months. Now again I need to find the remaining days from the months. So who will help me? This expression remaining days equals to what? So this time I need remaining days modulus 30. So from here I will simply get my remaining days, and in this case I think it was 24. So from 24 I need to find the weeks. So weeks is equals to remaining days float division 7. From here I will get 3, and the final remaining days modulus, I think it's 7. So after that let's print the output. So print year comma years, then month, months, and weeks, and remaining days. So the code is done. So let me execute it. Days, month, days. Okay. So 1024, enter. So we have got an error, and I hope we have got the same error in our last class also, name error. And I think this time I don't need to explain the name error. I have means you can say it's a by committed mistake, by knowingly committed this same mistake. So what I did, I need to simply copy it, just paste it, just paste it, just paste it, paste it, paste it. Fine. Now I think this won't you give this time I won't get any error. So 1024, yes, again same error. So it's week is not defined. So guys, the better one is to simply copy it, week, yes, it's weeks, and I have written, I think this time this will work correctly. So while writing code you will definitely get errors, so it's not a big major deal, simply rectify it. So I think this time it will run. So 2 years 9 months 3 weeks 3 days, and this is what we have got while discussing it theoretically. So it's a good part that we have got errors and we have rectified it without thinking too much on it, and that's what I want you guys, this particular confidence I want. By looking at the error you got the idea that this particular error is for this, and overcome it. So I hope you got my point. Oh, okay, let me show you that explicit part 2. So if I simply no, okay, this part na. So let me comment out it, and if I write year is equals to int, okay, this time let me copy it better, control C V slash 365, commenting the floor part, control C V int fine 30, and this na. Okay, so what I've did, I'm right now not using my float division operator and using the explicit typecasting approach. So copy it, let me copy the variables name. Why? Because I don't want this time any error. Okay, so int control C V and 7. Okay, Now let me execute it again. 1024 and same output. So that's what I was telling you. So any approach you want, you can use it. Even you can also merge this same, means see, I'm here explicitly finding out the number of days, remaining days in almost every cases. But you can also merge it as a single expression and can find the years, months, weeks and remaining days without doing too much of means explicitly writing those steps. Choice is yours. So it's totally depends upon you. So by more and more practice you can you will be getting to know all these things. I have shown you each and every step just because in order to show you how this is working. That's the thing. But when I will be doing it in during time of exam or when for any type of competitive exam, that and at that particular moment I won't be writing those steps explicitly. I will simply merge it as a single expression and find the output. So this can be done, this can happen only when you practice the code lots and lots of time. So that's all for today. I hope you understood how to write the code for this particular program. But it's not a tough one, you know. It's a very simple. But the only thing which is required in this case is to have the knowledge of the modulus operator, flow division operator, and the explicit typecasting and nothing else. And yes, again telling the same thing. The comment section is for you. If you still have any doubt, feel free to ask me. I will try to clarify it. And yes, please don't try to keep any doubts within yourself, and let's meet you with a new topic on upcoming video. That's all for today. Thank you very much.